What I don't like getting at the Congress is material in a presentation that could be given to me in a report that I could read at any time.
Okay.
The value of getting together is interacting or speaking to somebody, not listening to them. But in terms of a keynote, you have to have somebody to explain the topics or introduce things so that people know what we're doing.
Back here and then
Yeah,
Bob again.
I want to follow up a little bit on my earlier remark. I think that there's a real importance in this, well, we're starting to create social networks that are sort of semi-informal, like the LA Neighborhood Council Congress. We don't have a lot of official standing with the city, but there is an effect, and the best example is the unfortunate situation that happened with this videotaper at the LA Neighborhood Council the other night, where she's told by the president, you can't tape without our permission. That was totally stupid, totally ignorant. But the fact was, stuff like this happened more or less in the dark 3 years ago. And now with these kind of social networks that we have, like City Watch and YouTube of all things, well, there it is, the revolution is happening. It's called YouTube, strangely enough. Within less than 24 hours, there was the neighborhood council equivalent of a firestorm of protest. And I suspect that we won't be seeing this sort of thing again. I think that this is shining the light on it. Now, the point about all this is that when we come together in the Congress, there's another 500 or 600 people who potentially can be brought into the network, even if not quite so directly as people around this table. But that's really important.
It should be mandatory that whatever it is that goes on the program, it has the ability to create an after-event result. Whether it's people who say, gee, it was so great, and here are the 6 neat things they did there, or whether it's actually a motion like the appeals motion that came out of the Alliance as a result of issues, discussion, and so on, that then went to neighborhood councils and moved forward. And I think if that, or even if it's Gail Goldberg, if she comes there with something new to offer, she comes there because she actually has a plan finally to actually meet with councils to begin planning, then there's an after event. But just to listen to Gail one more time, or in the case of August, if it's somebody, if I'm able to say that the roads are screwed up on Wilshire, and he says, I got that, and on Monday we'll be out there to fix that, so that there's an after event result. And I think everything that goes in there should be producing an after event result. One last
Some
thing.
kind of activity.
That's right. Even if the reason is because it was presented in an entertaining or fascinating way.
Okay.
This idea about doing this historical look at neighborhood councils is a good one, because so many people in councils today haven't the vaguest idea why they were started. But if instead of somebody with a PowerPoint, you actually had actors reenacting one of the reform council meetings, you would have people walking away with something to talk about. In fact, the reenactment of the neighborhood council meeting by the kids was one of the more appealing things that happened to last
So
Congress.
doing a play, doing some kind of skit.
That
doing
causes
something
me
that-
after the event to say, did you hear about that? Did you see that?
Okay.